Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live. You're watching News 6 at 11.
At 11, we've got snow in Florida. There's flakes in Daytona. Take a look at this video here sent in to us by a News 6 viewer. In the meantime, got to tell you this, cold, windy, and raw for the rest of Central Florida. It is a weather alert day. We do have live team coverage for you tonight. Mike Valenti and Tampa, where the wind has been brutal. Alex Cook braving the cold in Lake County, and meteorologist David Nazario here now as well. Good evening. I'm Ashley Garrett, also going to be helping with team coverage. And we also have meteorologist Jonathan Kegish. Jonathan, we know the temps are dropping and dropping fast.
Very fast.
And when it comes to that wind, it's rough.
It's really rough out. Yeah, that hot wind is right out of the north, pumping those colder temperatures right on down the Florida Peninsula tonight. That's adding the insult to injury as we continue to shave off the number every time we check it per hour. There's 33 now in Orlando. We are approaching the freezing mark as we close in on the midnight hour. There's 32 degrees in DeLand, already slipping back into the upper 20s in Ocala, 34 in Holopot, 34 degrees in Titusville tonight. This is what we're waking up to tomorrow morning. Again, wind chills in the single digits and teens right now. The wind chill is in the low to mid 20s out there, and that will continue to come down as these winds remain elevated overnight tonight. We're still gusting to around 40 miles an hour in Cocoa Beach, but a 30-mile-per-hour gust just reported in Leesburg and Claremont. Daytona Beach, we just gusted to 28 miles per hour. 37-mile-per-hour gust just reported in Palm Coast. We're still keeping the wind very strong in Mico and in Melbourne tonight. Now, the wind forecast for tomorrow, this is going to be the other side of midnight. We're keeping things pretty gusty through the overnight hours, so you might hear the branches rustling as you're trying to sleep tonight. Back to the low to mid-20s in terms of the miles per hour as we get towards the 11 o'clock hour. Still gusty by 1. Optimistic that once we get to tomorrow evening, that breeze starts to back off just a little bit, but it's still going to be evident as you go to bed again tomorrow night. That extreme cold warning in play as we speak. Again, it's going to expire tomorrow in the early stages of the afternoon, but it is still going to be cold again all day tomorrow with high temperatures only getting back into the mid-40s. There were a few flakes. You saw the video there across Central Florida. I think our shot for any in Central Florida has come to an end from this point on. We're going to talk much more about when the warmer air comes back, but first, still have to get through this multi-day round of colder air that still is with us again as you go to bed tomorrow night and wake up on Monday morning. We're going to have much more on that. We'll take you county by county coming up at about 11:17. Ashley.
Jonathan, we thank you. That windy weather already causing some outages across Florida, but right now our team coverage is picking up with News 6's Alex Cook now. Alex, we know you're live in Groveland, and at last check, the wind was crazy there too.
Yes, it is very windy and very cold, way too cold for Florida out here. I'm standing out here at a Seco Energy station, where they have tree trimming trucks staged, ready to respond in case those gusts take any trees out and take people's power out. They can respond immediately. We haven't seen any snow out here yet, but we did go to a cold weather shelter earlier where people that have nowhere else to go can get warm for the night. Photojournalist Marco actually did just talk to some of these workers who said that there have been a few power outages out here in Groveland, but nothing serious, nothing out of the ordinary, so they haven't had to respond yet. But they will be out here till 8 a.m. just in case. And until then, they'll be like the rest of us, bundling up, trying to stay warm, trying to get through this freezing night. In Groveland, live, Alex Cook, News 6.
All right, Alex, we thank you so much for braving that cold. Listen, folks at home, we have got you covered on this cold blast, even beyond Central Florida. And here's what else is possible. A Gulf effect snow on Florida's west coast. News 6's Mike Valenti is there now in Tampa. Mike, last time you about blew away. How are things now your way?
Yeah, Ashley, thankfully we are still here. We are very cold and we are keeping our eyes peeled for snow. That's a sighting that has not exactly come to pass, but something we did see earlier today was a lot of people dressed as pirates trying to put on a brave face amidst the cold. It did help for some of those pirates, including the guy you just heard from, that they were bearing a liquid blanket, if you will. Now, if you think it's cold now, photojournalist Charles Holmes and I will be back here in just a number of hours, 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We're expecting it to be really cold. Hopefully I can find some gloves by that point. But for now, we're going to send it back to you, Ashley.
Fingers crossed for that one, Mike. We thank you so much. And thank you to Mike and Alex for braving the cold tonight for tonight's cold blast coverage. And tonight, that cold blast is making it clear, even in Central Florida, you cannot let down your guard. Temps, they dropped, the wind picked up, and for some, it was downright cold and a wake-up call to them as well. So we're going to go down to Jarrell Baker, your Orange County community correspondent, and Jarrell shows us who was ready and who was caught off guard. Jarrell also braving the cold for us tonight. Stay with News 6 for everything related to that cold. Right now on our website, clickorlando.com, we have a comprehensive freeze guide. It'll walk you through everything you need to know, including warming shelters, how to keep yourself safe, and an up-to-the-minute forecast. That's all on our website, clickorlando.com. Now, with your cell phone, I need you to do this with your camera. Scan that QR code on the right-hand side there. It's going to take you to the pin section of our website so you can post pics and videos of the cold weather in your neck of the woods. It is 11:09 now. More cold weather coverage just minutes away. Plus, after being at risk of closing, a new and improved field is giving folks a. We're talking about Trotters Park, about the grand reopening happening in Orlando. Right now, you're watching News 6. We'll be right back with more team coverage on that dangerous cold all across Central Florida.
It's time to play America's favorite jackpot game. This is Powerball. Good evening, everyone. I'm Randy Trainer. Tonight, we have another life-changing jackpot. It's estimated to be $58.6 million. So get your tickets ready. Here come tonight's winning numbers. Let's start things off this evening with the number 2. Right out of that, America, we have the number 40. And congratulations to James Gibson from Indiana. He won $50,000 playing Powerball. All right, the rest of your winning numbers tonight, 14, 63, and we'll round it out this evening with the number 8. And tonight's winning Powerball number, that is going to be 23. And your Power Play multiplier is 3. Let's take another look at tonight's winning numbers. Remember, there are multiple ways to win. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you back here on Monday night.
Welcome back. It is 11:13 this evening, and the big story today is still the weather. Really cold temps all over Central Florida. Right now, we're showing you a live look at Mount Dora, where temps here are also set to drop even more. Now, we actually saw snow today. At the top of the show, we showed you in Daytona. Now, this is Jacksonville. This video coming in at some point after 6 this evening. If you happen to see flurries like what you see right here, if you see them where you are, please share your cell video with us. You just might see your video right here on TV. When you have time, please upload your video on our website. That's clickorlando.com. Splash pins. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas and David Nazario picking up our team coverage now. Jonathan, another thing to be mindful of are those P's. That's people, pets, plants, pipes, and pumps.
All of the above, yeah, for sure. It's going to get really cold tonight. It's already really cold as the temperatures continue to take the tumble tonight. Pretty sure that the snow chance is now completely over for Central Florida. We did have a few flurries reported around Daytona Beach earlier today. Most of the stuff happened west of I-75. And then, of course, you saw the video from Jacksonville, Tallahassee as well. You can follow all of that with the downloading the free News 6 weather app if you're watching the temperatures fall tonight. Big number is the actual air temperature. Little number is the wind chill. We're at 34 in Titusville. Factor in that gusty wind. It is 23 degrees with the wind, already pushing the teens in the villages. Wildwood, it's feeling more like 18 degrees already in Marion County. Parts of it anyway. For us in Ocala, we're hanging around 30. Daytona Beach, we are at the freezing mark. 33 for us in Kissimmee. The wind chill is 22 degrees. That is because of this. The front made itself known when it crossed earlier today. Wind gusts pushing 40 to 45 miles an hour at times, some places closer to Gainesville, on the other side of 50 miles an hour. Still a gusty wind in Leesburg, pushing 40 miles an hour in Wildwood tonight. Same deal for us in Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral. Our latest gust at about 35 miles an hour. Palm Coast, we're hanging around 30 miles an hour as well. Rest of the evening, again, we are taking that tumble. By the time we wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, you might still be in bed at that point, but we will be into the mid-20s. Taking you forward for the rest of the evening and through the overnight, here's midnight now. Notice we had the clouds over the Atlantic. We have some clouds back over the on the Gulf side. This is that Gulf effect stuff that we were talking about. So that's still in play for them for a stray flurry or two overnight. There's 4 o'clock. But notice how all of us as that breeze is right out of the north and west now. That snow flurry chance for us is over. We will see clear skies this evening and for the rest of the overnight as that temperature continues to drop. There's lunchtime tomorrow. It is going to be frigid when you wake up again. Teens and 20s across the board, feeling more like the single digits. Nonetheless, sunshine will be out in full force. It will be deceptive as we are only getting back to the mid-40s. There's early on Monday morning. I think the wind by that point will start to die down a little bit, but it will still be very, very cold. Downtown Orlando, live look with our Light Orlando delivering Hope Skycam this evening. Again, we have air temperatures at 33. The breeze out of the west-northwest at about 22 miles an hour, feeling more like 21. Now for a county-by-county look as we drop those temperatures overnight. We're going to send things over to meteorologist David Nazario.
Thank you, Jonathan. So we have had some changes recently. There's a few of us out there who are already at freezing. It's only 11:16 at night. We still have about 6 to 8 hours before we get to the coolest portions of the morning. This is a look at Marion County. You are at freezing as of this moment, and we are going to continue this for about another 10 to 14 hours, dipping as low as 20 to 23 degrees, and that wind chill feels like temperature could get as low as 10 to 14. Might even overachieve because I feel like we're somewhat ahead of schedule for our northern counties, already getting into the mid to upper teens up that way. Moving on over to the East Flagler County, 23 to 26 degrees going to be your overnight low. Once again, we are at freezing, so the clock is ticking. 8 to 12 hours spent below freezing temperatures, and that's going to continue through the overnight hours. Even as we go just to the south in Volusia County, we're getting close. We're right at that threshold at about 34 degrees for the county. We're going to be still about 10 to 15 degrees lower than where we are now with that feels like temp between 10 to 14 degrees, 10 to 12 hours below freezing. I hope your preps are already done. You definitely want to just stay inside from here on out, even though it is Saturday night. I know a lot of us usually have evening plans. Now, moving over to Seminole County, we're not at freezing just yet. Again, flirting with that threshold. Overnight lows going to get as low as 24 to 26 degrees, and the feels like temps low to mid-teens with about a 6 to 10 hour duration below freezing. Coming over to Lake County, and you'll see with Sumter as well, we are at freezing, so your clock is also ticking. We've got another 10 to 12 hours ahead of us, getting as far south in the temperature reading to about 20 to 24 degrees. Low teens will be what it feels like first thing in the morning. The same thing as we move just a hair to the west in Sumter County. We are at freezing right now. Temperatures are going to continue to move further down the thermostat to about 21 to 25 degrees, and that feels like temp holding steady. Low teens, 12 to 15 degrees is what it'll feel like when you walk outside. Now, coming over to Orange County, the downtown Orlando area, we are right there. We're about to start our clock here any moment now, dipping down to 22 to 26 degrees with those feels like temps in the low to mid-teens. I hope your preps are all said and done. It's going to be a painful cold if you do want to go outside tonight or first thing tomorrow morning or for the duration of your Sunday. Same with Osceola County. We're getting close, 8 to 10 hours below freezing. I updated the graphic from earlier, then but certainly not least to round us out, we're going to take a look at Polk County. Everything still remains in effect. Low temperature of about 24 to 27 degrees, probably going towards the lower side at about 24 to 25, with a feels like about 12 to 17, 8 to 12 hours below freezing. So all of us are going to have that extended period of time to spend some time with that wintry mess that's outside right now. Let's get you back over to Jonathan for your 7-day forecast.
Sunshine will be dominant. That's going to be the positive thing as we get into tomorrow. Air temperatures going to get to mid-40s in Leesburg, a chilly 44 for us in Mount Dora, 46 degrees in Titusville. Get your forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Strata Services.
We are stuck in this for a couple of days. 29 degrees is going to be our low temperature as we get ready to start the new work week. Air temperatures do bounce back into the mid-50s. 64 degrees on Tuesday. We're still hanging around the freezing marks, but we start to see improvements as we move into Wednesday. Still chilly, a little more seasonably chilly by the time we get towards Thursday, but that's another system. It's going to increase our rain chances again, and then we're going to take the tumble. The tumble not as extreme this time, but we're still going to be back into the 40s as we get towards the end of the work. Start off February on the colder side, guys.
Improvement by Wednesday. We'll take what we can get. Well, it's 11:19 now, and it's being called a Field of Dreams. It happened at the grand reopening of the new field for the Miracle League. Among other things, we first told you the risk that they once had of losing the field that means oh so much to the players living with special needs. So we turn now to Jana Manahalal, your Orange County Communities correspondent. She's got all the smiles from today as those players took to the field. Well, the community did it one time for the field, and hopefully they can do it again for those accessible bathrooms. Right now, it's 11:22. Here's tonight's Florida Lottery drawing.
It's your Saturday, January 31st, Florida Lotto with double play and Fantasy 5 games. I'm Michelle Lyles. Tonight's Florida Lotto jackpot is $20.5 million. Tonight's winning Lotto numbers are 36, 16, 27, 4, 22, and your last lucky number is 8. Now we've got another great chance for you to win with Florida Lotto Double Play. Get your tickets ready. Tonight's numbers are 33, 17, 50, 48, 39, and 16. Now let's play Fantasy 5. You could win hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tonight's Fantasy 5 winning numbers are 21, 2, 35, 12, and 9. Let's take another look at those winning numbers. Thank you for playing the Florida Lottery and doing good for education. It's good fun.
All right, let's talk your pick 2. Those numbers 6, 0. Pick 3, 6, 5, 0. Pick 4, 8, 3, 5, 5. For your pick 5, that's 9, 1, 4, 8, 6. And the fireball is 4. And we're going to talk your cash for life now. 10, 12, 19, 48, 51. And that cash ball is 3. Best of luck to all those playing tonight. Well, Ryan Welsh here with us now for that sports report, and it seems UCF has a message.
Yeah, Ashley, the Knights, they want to go dancing big time this March. Yeah, it's been 7 years since the last time they went to the NCAA tournament. Today at home, a resume builder against Texas Tech. We'll show it to you. And Nelly Corda, putting on a show at the Tournament of Champions. We'll tell you where she sits on the leaderboard just ahead.
Some would say it's a meteorologist's job to be here during the afternoon showers and major storms. But we disagree. It's not just a job, it's our passion. We work hard analyzing the most advanced maps, radar, and data, bringing you a blueprint so you can take on the day with the ones you love. Getting results by keeping you safe. That's our passion, and that's just what we do.
You're watching WKMG News 6 Orlando.
Welcome back to News 6. The Magic will take on the Spurs tomorrow in San Antonio. The game was originally set to tip off at 4, but has been moved to 7 since the Spurs are stuck in Charlotte, North Carolina because of, yeah, you guessed it, weather. We got some serious hockey weather for tomorrow's outdoor game in Tampa. The Lightning will square off with division rival Boston at 6:30 at Raymond James Stadium. Both teams have gotten some practice times in, and temperatures, of course, will be in the 30s and 40s. We will be right back.
The News 6 Sports Desk is sponsored by Advent Health. Feel whole with Florida's nationally recognized orthopedic leader.
All right, so Jonathan, real quick, that cold blast still hanging around?
Hanging around tonight, tomorrow night, and then we'll start to pull out of it as we get towards Wednesday.
My goodness. And download that free News 6 weather app. Stick around for Jamie and Ryan. They have After the Whistle coverage coming up next.